Hello old quarry students. Today we will learn about how the bill becomes a law. You might be wondering what this bill really is. The bill we will be discussing today is not a bill that your parents get to pay, like a utility bill for water or gas. The bill means an idea that might become a law in our country. Who has a power to make laws? Who is the lawmaking body in our country? I think you already know it. Yes, that's right. This is our Congress, which is the House of Representatives and the Senate. Since we know now that only Congress can enact a law, we need to find out whose ideas can actually be considered to become bills. Well, look behind me. Yes. The ideas for bills, or, in other words, legislative proposals, can come from many places, ordinary citizens like you and me, but also from the President and the members of Congress. Can you think of any idea that you may want to become a law in our country? Well, I've got one. How about making our colleges and universities free of charge? Sounds great, right? Well, it is not so easy. Our bill has to go a long path to become the law.
First, we need to find a congressman who will think that our idea is important and worth consideration. We will call him a sponsor. He will introduce our bill to one of the houses of Congress. If he is a member of the Senate, he will submit the proposal to the Senate. If he is the member of the House, he will introduce it to the House. The bill, then, gets the number, for example H.R. 450 or S. 380.
So you already know that your bill is introduced to the Congress. Great. Well, next it is referred to a special committee, which decides if our bill is important enough to be voted on in Congress. You can think of the committee as of a guard who stands at the door. He will only admit the bills, which may really improve our country, when they become laws. How does this committee works? What does it do with our bill? Well, the committee members discuss, hold hearings, make changes and vote on our bill. They can decide either to approve it, and move it to the floor of the House, or ignore the bill. Do you know what happens when our bill is approved? Once our bill is approved, it is put on the calendar for voting, in one of the houses. If the bill reaches majority of the votes in the House, it is passed to the other house. There, again, special committee works on the bill and decide on the shape of the bill. But you need to remember that they can come up with different changes, and that's why there has to be a joint committee from both houses, to work out a compromise bill.
I am sure you know now where our bill goes next. Yes. Once it has passed both houses, it goes to our president. What the president can do with our bill? Well, he's got two choices. He can sign it and make our bill become another law in our country, or he can veto it. Veto means to reject. So, if he vetoes the bill, but both houses of Congress disagree with him, they can override his veto by 2/3 of the votes in each house. It means that each house has to vote on the bill again, and if they reach 2/3 of the votes, they can reject the presidential decision. Interesting thing is, however, that when the president approves the bill, he doesn't need to sign it, and the bill automatically becomes a law in 10 days. The only thing is, that the Congress has to be in session, which means, at work. Each session of Congress lasts about a year. The problem is when the Congress is out of session, when it adjourns. If it is out of session, and the president doesn't sign the bill within 10 days, the bill is automatically vetoed. It is called pocket veto,